Just assumed I'd play the part of keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall.
Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome day. Jaden here. Thanks for being back on my channel. I just wanted to basically say what's up and get you guys a quick message. So I asked my social medias what video you'd like to see next, and a lot of you guys were wondering about what it's like to see a therapist. So I've been seeing a therapist for about 6-7 months. I'm diagnosed with BPD, ADHD, PTSD, GAD, ACE, and MBD. So yeah, a big part of my therapy for BPD is talk therapy. So I do therapy every week usually. I see 2 therapists also. So I have my original therapist out of F.A.P.A. That's the one that I started with. That's how I started my mental health journey, was actually just seeing someone to talk to. And then from there on, when I got my diagnoses, I wanted to see a psychiatrist just to follow up with any medical, brain scanning, that kind of thing, somebody who is more equipped for that kind of thing. So I found a psychiatrist out of Edmonton who is paid by the government, so they are a free resource. I will drop that link below actually, because that's an awesome link to use, and a lot of people ask me about that. So I go to therapy about once a week, about an hour sessions. The person I see is like a stranger. They were a teacher of my mom's when she was in university. Yeah, it's actually not that bad at all. At first I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to people, I don't have anything to talk about. But honestly, even before I show up and I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about, after I do show up, usually like it's the end of the hour and she's like, okay, we got to close things up because I'm just blah 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 blah. So honestly, it works itself out. Like it feels really pressured, but honestly you go in and it works itself out. That's their job. They're professionals, so they're not there just noting your personal life. They're not like, oh, these are her problems, oh, she has so much problems. They're there thinking like, okay, she's telling me this is how she's reacting. What's the process of that? And what is triggering that? And how can we dig to the core? And how can we find the root of that? And how can we solve it? That is the big part of what they're thinking. It's not, oh, why is this person thinking like that? It's, why is this person thinking like that? What is making them think like that? And how can we help it? What have they been through that is affecting this? What do they need to talk about that is affecting this when it comes up? So a lot of it is like, you deal with it when it comes, but honestly, it's a lot more pressure than it seems like before you do it. And once you do start doing it, every single time it gets easier. And you honestly can't start to like imagine, can't even imagine what it's like without it. Because now that I go to therapy and not even just talk, like get little resources, get links, get that kind of thing. Yes, you could do it on your own, but it's always nice to have someone who's educated, who's a professional, who can guide you along the way, right? So I very highly recommend, especially if you're just starting your mental health journey, seek someone to talk to. Whether it's, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say like a friend, because that's adding your trauma and your stress onto them. And professionals, they're equipped and they're educated and experienced to separate themselves and create the boundaries that they need to keep themselves safe, whereas our friends and our peers aren't necessarily prepared to do that. So I do think that seeing a therapist would be step number 1 and like one of the most important things in your mental health. And I think it's really important to also like let people know that just because you see a therapist doesn't mean you are any more problematic than anyone else, or that you have any more issues than anyone else. Honestly, a big part of me seeing a therapist was one of my good friends, Ray. She is a few years older than me, and she is one of the most like mature and just grounded and down-to-earth people I've ever met. And she saw a therapist when she was quite young, and her putting that bug in my ear really allowed me to open up and think like, okay, like maybe like you don't have to have so much issues to see a therapist. And since then, I really realized that everybody should see a therapist, no matter what kind of life you have, no matter how many traumas and issues you've been through, whether you're just living your day-to-day job, home style life, you have stresses and you have problems that you need to deal with. And it's life, there's emotions, there's connections, there's all this stuff that's gonna keep bringing you up and down and gonna keep bringing you challenges and bringing you triumphs, and through that it is very important and very helpful to talk to somebody. So again, I'm gonna drop that link of the free therapist that's government funded out of Edmonton, Alberta. Aside from that, if you are interested in getting therapy, I would definitely recommend talking to someone from your school, a family doctor, or even your parent or a family member, and asking if they know of any resources just for talk therapy. I did start this process through mental health, but I'm not gonna lie, they were not helpful at all. Like, I had an assessment and I had to cancel one appointment, and the lady was on vacation and she never ever called me back. So I kind of felt really like, real important like when that happened. So I took it into my own hands. Honestly, being in Lackavitch, they said it would be an 8-month wait just to see a therapist or a psychiatrist, and I got in on my own within 3 weeks. So you can do it if you set your mind to it, and honestly, I'm on your side, and the majority of people that you talk to would be on your side and would actually probably have more questions about how it goes than more comments against it. So try not to let that get in your way. So if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be awesome.